Hi, my name is Amber. Welcome back to my channel, Books and Beaches. So I am a little more casual today, but it is winter break and I am doing basically everything possible not to do a full face of makeup every day. So I went to the gym this morning, showered, and then I decided to sit down and film a video. So we may get some glare off of my ring light and my glasses. I probably should have filmed earlier because it was actually sunny out today for the first time in the last couple days. It was an unbelievably rainy Christmas here in Wisconsin, which is very, very unusual, but it is what it is. And yeah, so I have been enjoying my week off for Christmas/winter break. But I wanted to bring you the very last book haul that I will have for 2023. It is not as big as some of the book hauls that I may have had this year, but it is still a decent size, and I may have a book in here or two that I've already hauled, but I can't remember if I hauled them or not. So I've got them here. And then I have a few things that I've gotten for Christmas or that I've received in the mail from, different giveaways and things like that. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. So one of the books that I can't remember if I have hauled or not was this book by Natasha Preston, and this is The Haunting. I enjoy Natasha Preston. She's more of like a YA thriller author, and this one's actually a signed copy. I got it at Barnes & Noble in a nice like half off edition, but it's signed, and I thought that was so cool. So wanted to pick that one up. And yeah, it says haunted by the past, terrified of the present. I mean, I don't need to know much going into my thrillers, so there's that. One that I received in the mail, and I think I talked about this in my January 2024 releases. I received The Fury by Alex Michaelides. This is coming out in January. I won a Book Riot giveaway for this one, which is pretty exciting because otherwise I probably wouldn't have gotten it. Although I think I got a sneak peek of books coming out in Book of the Month because they haven't released all of their copies yet, but my second email that I used to have Book of the Month for was advertising like 2 of the books, and I believe this is going to be a Book of the Month copy this upcoming January, but I'm super, super excited to dive into this one, and it's a tale of murder, so, not much to say about that one. Speaking of Book of the Month, my 2 books that I picked up in the month of December. One I got as an add-on, and that was The Frozen River by Ariel Lawhon. Can't remember if I've officially read anything by Ariel Lawhon. I believe she was a part of the trio of authors of a historical fiction I read this past year. And then I know I have other books by her on my shelf / on like my audiobook shelves. Yeah, I have Codename Helene on my audiobook shelf. But this is going to be a historical fiction by her, and it sounded really good. I know it was on my anticipated releases. I want to say either for November or December. So looking forward to picking that one up. And then the other one that I picked up in the month of December was No One Can Know, and this is by Kate Alice Marshall. Kate Alice Marshall. There we go. This is a January release, early in the Book of the Month December box. My goodness, my words are twisted today. So I knew I wanted to pick up that one too. And I enjoyed her last one that she had in Book of the Month. This one says 3 sisters, 2 murders, and too many secrets to count. So I'll be looking forward to picking up that one. This was another book that I'm not sure if I hauled or not, but I know I hauled it with the very first one that I talked about because it was buy one, get one half off at Barnes & Noble with the paperbacks. And so this is Such a Good Liar, and this is by Sue Wallman. I had never heard of this book before, but I was looking, on the table of where you could buy one, get one half off. Why not? And it says, fake it till you kill them. So, and it got me because it says she's arrived on an exclusive Caribbean island. I mean, hello, beach setting and thriller. It's like perfect. And there's going to be a bunch of lavish parties. And she said the Harringtons have hell to pay for what they have done. So sounded kind of interesting. So I paired that one together to get my, 50%. And then these last couple books I got within the last couple weeks all were different sorts of Christmas presents, so to say. This very first one, my in-club person book club does a book exchange in the month of December. So instead of reading a book in December, we do a book exchange. So everyone brings a book. It's kind of the blind date with the book idea. And you know, we play different games. Thankfully, Lindsay at Lindsay's Little Library comes up with some really creative ways on how we are going to like pass the books around to see what you end up with. And to no surprise, actually, that statement doesn't make any sense. To a surprise, I ended up with a book that I think will shock a lot of people. I got Fourth Way by Rebecca Yarros, and it is definitely surprising because I think this is not a book that would normally be in my wheelhouse, but I have heard obviously so much about it and a lot of good things, and it is going to be our book club pick for February, so it was a book that I was possibly going to pick up anyways. Just to see, you know, what all the hype is about. Now, fantasy is not my jam normally. We all know this. Thrillers are my jam. But I've heard it likened to like Game of Thrones, and I did really, really like the show Game of Thrones. So we shall see. So it was just kind of ironic that I ended up with this one, and it was interesting because there were actually a ton of thrillers that ended up like in our game, which I ended up bringing a historical fiction because I didn't want to bring a thriller because that would normally be my like thing. You know, thinking I wanted to diversify it, and then it's ironic. So it was a great fun time. We did like this whole dip. Everyone brought a different dip, and we had this, it was a wonderful, wonderful time. So anyways, long story short, I got Fourth Wing, and so I'm going to be picking it up before our book club in February. So we shall see. We shall see if I like it, but I do have that one. So the next two books I did actually receive for Christmas from different members of my family. So this first one, somebody tells me Audrey at Chapter on Good Verse is going to be screaming at me because I still haven't picked this up, but I got it for Christmas, and I have the audiobook from NetGalley. To be fair, I got this audiobook approved on NetGalley like the day before the book came out. So yeah. And then I did ask for it for Christmas. So I think I've been putting off listening to the audiobook until I got the physical book so I could kind of do them together. So that is Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead. I have pretty much loved every thriller book that Ashley Winstead has put out. Now, I have not read her like contemporary books, but I have loved her thrillers. So this one is going to be early on the schedule for 2024. I very much doubt that I will pick it up here at the end of 2023 just because I kind of have plans for my reading already and where I'm going throughout the rest of this week. But I was super, super excited to get this one. Thankful to my brother and his girlfriend for picking that up. And I'm just always happy to have another Ashley Winstead book on my shelves. So, and then the very, very final book. Woo, just kidding. Not the final book. There are two more. The other book that I received as a Christmas present was from my parents, and this one I picked out actually a long time ago. I've known I was getting this book since, as I peel off the label here, I've known I was getting this book since like October because I picked it out, and that is the third book in the Harry Potter series. This is the Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban in the Mina Lima edition. So it is actually still in the wrapped plastic, but it is so, so gorgeous. Like everything about it is so, so beautiful. And I am planning to do more than likely a Harry Potter reread in 2024, but I will be using these editions for sure, at least for the first three books, because obviously those are the first three that we have. Plus, I would really like to do the audiobook because I've actually never done the audiobook of Harry Potter, and I know it's amazing. So excited. So excited to add that one to my ever-growing Harry Potter collection. And then last, but certainly not least in this final book haul of 2023 is a book that I actually bought myself. I meandered over to Barnes & Noble actually this must have been yesterday, because these last couple days Barnes & Noble was doing 33% off of all of their hardcovers and then some extra rewards if you're part of like their rewards program. And so I just had to like check it out and see. There wasn't a lot that caught my eye. I did pick up something that I needed for a gift, but I picked up this one because this was a book that I was going to pick up anyways earlier this year, and I actually set it back down and passed on it. Plus there was an additional $1 off coupon in this book, so I figured why not. And that is The Professor by Lauren Nassett. I read her other book, I remind myself, The Resemblance, earlier this past year, and so I'm really looking forward to this one. It just came out this fall, and I want to say it's got pretty good reviews so far. So I knew I wanted to pick this one up, and I do believe this one is still going to be set on the University of Georgia campus, or if not, at least in Athens, Georgia, like the other one was. And I think we are getting possibly some of the same characters. I don't know if the story is going to continue necessarily, but it could be some connecting characters. So those are all of the books that I have picked up recently, and probably the last bit of books that I will be picking up in 2023. I visited Half Price Books today to sell back some books that I had. It was kind of a disappointing sell back, I'm not gonna lie. I get it, they need to make money, but it was gut-wrenching to bring in 20 books and then make pennies on the dollar. But anyways, I digress. It will not stop me from stopping in there and looking at their selection every now and then. So I cannot wait to see what I pick up in the new year. And yeah, what have you picked up most recently? What are you ending the year with? Let me know in the comments below. As always, if you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.